Halloween is on its way. Welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. We got a lot of spooky themed mods this week, as well as 7 different class and subclass mods, and some new things entirely in the game. I'm going to dive right in here first with the feat Dexterous Weapon Master by Incognito Burrito. I love this because there's Sharpshooter for ranged weapon attacks. There's Great Weapon Master if you want to use a two-handed weapon. This brings a very well-balanced new feat into the game. So you can give a -3 attack roll penalty but get a 5 boost to your damage. This is nice because you can actually get that double damage if you're using something like the Ballast Armor. So it does synergize well into builds, but it's nothing going to be game-breaking either. And then you also have the Staggering Wounds, which whenever you land a critical hit, you can make it, or you'll deal extra damage equal to your proficiency bonus on your next weapon attack. This was created in collaboration with D.D. Whale, and what's great about this is it allows for rogues and fighters to do something other than using ranged weapon attacks or two-handed weapons. So great for build variabilities. Did you know there are level 9 spells in Baldur's Gate 3 with the power word Ruin, Form Sculpt Tressum, and the Divine Revelry? Now, this is possible only through Ascended Gale here, which is possible with Gale's Godhood by Redesign here. So you got some really fun spells which are only accessible at the Epilogue camp, so now you can turn someone into a Tressum if you wanted to. It's pretty funny. He got a lot of very powerful spells, clearly. It's just for fun, but I think this is really awesome because there's a form in the game, and you only get it for a very brief period of time, so now getting access to it at any point in the game, obviously very overpowered. It's available in the tutorial chest. Last week on console, they got the Red Witch class mod, which is legally distinct. This week, we got the Crimson Sorceress legally distinct outfit mod. You can imagine that this is something really cool if you're into superheroes and magic. There's actually an episode of a TV show called WandaVision that really reminds me of this, but yeah, I really like this new outfit mod by Beaned Sprout. Now, if you ever wanted to fight alongside 4 different dinosaurs, you now can with the Alioramus familiar mod by Barry Semifreddo here. So this just adds in a set of gloves into the game that gives you a different summon action, which is a ritual spell, allowing you to summon one in. You can summon in different ones here. Now, they are a little bit powerful. They have 390 health, which is quite a bit, and their attacks don't do a whole lot. They're only 2d4. And they can also do a pouncing attack as a bonus action, potentially knock targets prone. If you want to use these, I'd recommend using something like a Tactician Enhanced and a bunch of other difficulty mods. We actually have some difficulty mods here in this video, so you can check those out. Now, the nurse outfit here is actually something that is in the game. However, it's not form-fitted to the characters' bodies, and this was now made possible with the nurse outfit mod by Period Stain here. So this is made so that it will fit onto the character's body. There may be some possible issues with it, and the bonus don't have models for these body types here, so you can pause that if you're curious. But yeah, you can see Shadowheart here wrapping it. I think it looks really cool. They did a great job with this. Great because, again, Halloween is coming. Perfect for a spooky playthrough. Now on to classes and subclass mods. I got a question the other day about a fire-based Paladin. Now we got the Oath of Purification here, which comes with the Sanctification class action here, branding an enemy target. If struck by your melee attacks, it'll erupt in a sanctifying flames, dealing 2 fire damage to enemies around it. If it is defeated, you regain 2 health points using your channel of charge. And yeah, with this class here, it does come with a lot of really great spells like Fireball level 9, full level 20 support. Love seeing this on different Paladin class mods. At level 3, you get the ability to engulf your weapon with a 1d6 of fire damage, potentially burning the target. And if you attack a burning target, you actually do radiant damage on top of that and heal yourself for 1d6. Pretty cool ability. And you can also burn your teammates, but this will increase their movement speed and restore them from any conditions, diseases, and curses. It's actually a really cool subclass here. So I will likely be covering this in a future video because I don't want to take up too much time because there's so many cool new class mods to cover this week. It's like the Oath of Mysticism here. So we got a second Paladin subclass. These were both released within like an hour of each other. It was really cool to see. With the Oath of Purification here being made by Dope and Diamonds, and the Oath of Mysticism being made from Box Cake Mix. Now, these are kind of like Paladins that have an oath kind of to themselves, almost like a monk in a certain sense. So they got like psionic powers. You got the Mind Over Matter, giving the enemy psychic damage each turn, and attack rolls against it will have advantage using a bonus action, your channel oath charge. On the mod page, it lists out all the different spells here, so you can pause if you're curious, but some standouts is it gets Counterspell, Confusion, Phantasmal Killer, and Whenever you get hit by an attack, you deal a charisma modifier of psychic damage to enemies, which is doubled if you have the resonance stone. So yeah, it's pretty powerful. And then at level 20, you get the ability to fly, immunity to psychic damage, resistance to physical damage types when activated for 10 turns. This is another mod that's made by Laser Llama, or another subclass made by Laser Llama. Hasglim does adapt their classes somewhat commonly. It's pretty cool. Next up, we got the Circle of the Bond Druid by Ruboki here, and this is somewhat similar to the summoning skills in Divinity Original Sin 2. You get a Loyal Beast at level 2, and it'll power itself up once you hit level 10 to get its full potential there. You can also infuse elements. So here's your Incarnate Summon, and then you have your Infuse Elements. So if you want to make like an Ice Cat here, you can go boom, and give it an infusement. It looks at its paws, all cute. And then you can also infuse it with a Fighting Style, making it even more powerful. So you see here now, our summon does have some special abilities, like the Frozen Howl and the Feral Gust. And the cool thing about this is you can only summon for 10 turns, and then it cannot be summoned again for 5 turns after that. So I think, again, I'll be covering this in a future video because I think this is a really great idea. Ruboki's been putting out a lot of amazing mods. And next we got the Eternal Cinder Fire Monk subclass by Lee Carinator. Now we've got we had an Ice Monk previously, we now got a Fire one. This is a week of Fire. We got a lot of really awesome fire-based class mods here. So the Eternal Cinder is a fire-bending inspired monk. So if you're a fan of Avatar, this is perfect for you. I think the mod author did an amazing job breaking down all the abilities of this, but it comes with a bunch of different attacks. You get some fire, like Flame Jet here, which does a bit of damage. In an 8-meter line, you get a bunch of different subclass passives. Whenever you deal fire damage, you can stack up your Rising Cinders, which increases your attack rolls. So it's got some pretty unique effects, kind of similar to lightning charges, but fire. Somewhat similar to the Way of the Four Elements monk, but you can see here, like 3 key points for Fireball is much better. Pretty fun class mod, and definitely one if you want to do a full fire-themed playthrough. It also does have shock-based spells too. Next up, we have the Guardian class mod here, which you can power up and give yourself more poise here, which allows you to stay in place, not get shoved around. You can guard your allies, increasing their armor class, and you'll also increase your overall poise as you can continue to level up, which, again, protects you from being moved, which can be an interesting way of playing, because getting shoved is one of the worst ways to get knocked out in Baldur's Gate 3. So this mod here by Betty Vare Badger, really cool. It has so many options here. Level 2, it comes with grappling, and you can shove, push, or trip. Grappling is something that a lot of people have been asking for in different classes, so it's nice to see it on this one here. And whenever basically you have to hold the target in place, and you don't want to move out of its way, or move away from it. You also get to choose defensive tactics here, like the Elemental Shield, which will block your physical, any non-bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing attacks, reducing the amount of damage you take from those. So yeah, it comes with so many different abilities here for protection, and 3 different subclasses with a Brawler, a Frost Warrior, and a Protector. So this is one I will be covering in a future video because I think it is amazing. So next up, we got the Void Blade Sorcery. Yeah, we got a lot of really awesome subclass mods this week. This allows you to bind a weapon. It'll deal additional force damage. You become proficient if you're not already. You get the Void Strike there using your Void Conduit and your empty. And an empty offhand, you pierce the void and channel into a melee attack against targets you can see. You can also phase shift around. And it's based off your charisma modifier, which is pretty cool. This subclass by Der Kriegwurst comes with a lot of fun abilities. I love these level 6 spellcasters that get the extra attack. Just a lot of fun versatility. Not super overpowered either, which I think is nice. So it just feels great in a game where like the sword part exists. So yeah, if you're a fan of the Sorcerer and you're looking for something thematic for, I guess, Halloween time, this Void Blade is an awesome subclass. I'll be covering this in a future video as well. It's just so cool. We also got the Inquisitive Rogue subclass mod by Oakley_CH. I should mention the Sorcerer Void Blade is made by Der Kriegwurst here. But the Inquisitive Rogue subclass is one from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. And Oakley_CH has put a lot of detail into this. It has full level 20 support. And I love seeing this for rogues because the rogue just feels a little bit weaker in comparison to some of the other classes. So it's nice to take them to level 20 and get to see what it's all about. What's cool is how mod authors are adapting some of the rules of like D&D into Baldur's Gate 3, because you can't do search actions in Baldur's Gate 3. Whereas you've probably seen it in combat, the enemy can. If you have an invisible character, they can actually search for you. You can't do that in Baldur's Gate 3, but this does give you some abilities. So you can get 2 different searches of a perception versus stealth to reveal invisible creatures. So someone's actually similar in how it would work. And there are invisible objects in the Sorceress Sundries. So yeah, it works there, kind of more so for roleplay, in all honesty there. That's kind of how a lot of some of the harder to adapt things are. There's a reason that Larian didn't pick some subclasses and different guides in the game, because it's just impossible to adapt into a video game and make it feel good. Kind of similar to the Arcane Trickster Rogue in a certain sense. I think it's a pretty cool class, so I just want to cover this one here. And following up with the Halloween themes, we got some more amazing mods by Nickjima here. The Feline Fiendish Cambion Eye Replacer. This actually feels like perfect for how Raphael and Mizora and the devils should like stare at you. It replaces their eyes and gives them like a cat eye texture. And I gotta say, it looks awesome. It's kind of menacing in a sense. Like if I seen something, this is actually like scary when it looks at you. Like, yeah, I feel kind of threatened right now. So it fits perfectly for devils. Really cool stuff. So yeah, another amazing mod by Nickjima here. And also we got ourselves Nathahniel's Horn Collection, ported by Nickjima here. This is a non-replacer version of Nathahniel's / Tito's horn mods all packed together. Some really cool looking horns here. So just want to quickly go through it. I think they did a fantastic job showcasing what these all look like. And there's, yeah, you can have these on your characters like that. So great for customization. And we also got another horn mod with the gold and silver grafted tiefling horns by IG Bay. So this has, again, you can see all the different options here. They look nice. If you're looking for some more new horn mods for your character creation, look no further. 2 incredible mods for that. So yeah, this one here is the gold and silver crafted tiefling horns. And next up, we got Poesilibre's additional natural hair colors. So this is really cool because they are natural. So if you're trying to like replicate how yourself looks, what's cool is you can get different like eyelashes and eyebrow colors on all these different hairstyles. That's one thing with some of the mods is like, it's hard to make all the different eyebrows and eyelashes look similar. So this one breaks it down for natural hair colors and gives them natural eyebrows and eyelashes with a few different options there. So if you're looking for something to recreate yourself, or if there's like a character you're trying to design, this is really great. Maybe it's natural, maybe it's Poesielibre. Additional natural hair colors. So yeah, awesome mod. And next up, we got 2 incredible mods by Gabe Camamescro here. The BG3 Mystic Forge. If you've played Guild Wars 2, you'll know what this is. This is pretty cool. You do need the Gabe's Bag of Holding modder's resource, and what you'll do is you will add 4 items into the pouch. And then what will happen is it'll eat it and then spit out a new item for you. So you have a 1% chance to receive an additional high value item and a 5% chance to receive a custom item. These the base item is the Ring of Restorative Gravity, but other mods may add their own items into this. So yeah, this is a pretty cool mod because it can give you some really fun randomization in the game. Now I know there's a few other mods from Gabe Camamescro on console, so you're going to ask, maybe in the future this could potentially come down there, because I think this is a really fun idea, especially for those that are wanting more of like a roguelike randomizer. And they have a lot of other really great mods that provide somewhat of a similar experience. I'm always talking about how amazing the random spawns comprehension mod here is. So yeah, the Mystic Forge. And they also drop the death penalties. This is cool. It turns Baldur's Gate 3 into somewhat like a Souls-like type game. This does one thing, increase an experience penalty on downed or death for non-summon party characters. You'll lose approximately 5 to 25% based on your choices in camp. Whenever experience will be needed to advance to the next level if you die. And you receive a debuff if you're downed for a number of turns equal to your level. It says significant in-combat penalties. So yeah, if you're looking for some more difficulty options, this is an awesome new one. I think it's really cool because it's almost like Honor Mode obviously has its challenges, but this is something completely different because you have people that will go down. So yeah, Death Penalties by Gabe Camamescro. And next up, we got Recruit Halsin in Act 1 by Yunmoon Sick. So yeah, I know a lot of people want something like this. So this is... nice, because after you escort the Tiefling refugees, Halsin joins the party the following night and revealing the path to Moonrise Towers. When Halsin stays at camp, you focus on carving wooden ducks to suppress his feelings for you. Pretty cool. So yeah, I know a lot of people really want more Halsin, so there you go. And this one, just want to end with an awesome mod, like the NPC redesign Waukeen's Rest by Azazel. Another fantastic mod. I love these because if you played Baldur's Gate 3 multiple times, it's kind of cool to have almost like the multiverse of Baldur's Gate 3. And that's exactly what I feel from these mods. They feel so thematic to the core Baldur's Gate 3 experience, but it almost in a sense makes it feel like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm always blown away whenever I see these mods. This is a cool new one by Azazel was taken. So yeah, pretty incredible week this week in Baldur's Gate 3 for mods. We got 7 new subclass and class mods. I'm curious, though, what is your favorite mod from this week? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Hope you had a great day, and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. I'll catch y'all in the next video.